sacrificed the plum tree to preserve the peach tree. There are circumstances where short-term objectives must be sacrificed in order to gain the long-term goal. Let us understand this strategy through a historical story. During the turbulent transition between the Qin and Han dynasties, a powerful leader rose on the northern steppe, Modu Xiongnu of the Han. He not only killed his own father, Tumen Xiongnu, to seize power, but also went on to conquer many smaller tribes, uniting the Han under his command. In 202 BCE, Liu Bang founded the Han dynasty. He granted the region of Taiyuan to Han Wangxin, stationing him in Jinyang to guard against threats from the north. In 201 BC, Modu led 100,000 troops south, attacking Taiyuan. Han Wangxin was defeated and eventually surrendered to the Han. In 200 BC, Liu Bang personally led an expedition to punish Han, Wangxin, and the Han. He won 2 victories, first at Tongdi, then again at Jinyang. Upon hearing that the main force of Han was camped at Daegu, Liu Bang sent out multiple scouting parties to assess the situation. But the Han had laid a trap. They hid their elite troops and pretended to be weak. Liu Bang believed the reports and led only several tens of thousands of light cavalry ahead, while the main infantry followed at a slower pace. But the Han had already set their ambush. Modu suddenly mobilized 400,000 elite cavalry, completely encircling Liu Bang at Mount Beidang. It was the heart of winter. Blizzards swept across the land. The Han soldiers were unfamiliar with the harsh conditions. 2 or 3 in every 10 soldiers lost fingers to frostbite. For 7 days and nights, Liu Bang's forces tried and failed to break through. The Han, too, were unable to crush the Han army completely. A stalemate set in. At this critical moment, Liu Bang adopted the strategy of his advisor, Chen Ping. Chen Ping secretly entered the Han camp under the cover of night and presented a lavish gift of gold and jewels to the Xiongnu's queen, Lady Yan. Lady Yan persuaded Modu to consider withdrawing. Meanwhile, 2 units of Han Wangxin's forces, who were expected to reinforce the Han, never showed up, fearing a possible ambush or attack from both sides. Modu opened a narrow gap in the encirclement. Liu Bang seized the chance. He led his army in a nighttime, broke out, and escaped with his life. After returning to the capital, Liu Bang came to a sobering conclusion. The Han were not an enemy that could be defeated quickly. He accepted the advice and established a peace agreement with the Han. Under this hecking policy, Han princesses, or noblewomen, were married to the Han chieftains, and the Han court sent large tributes of gold, silk, and grain each year in exchange for peace on the northern frontier. This strategy of peace through marriage was continued by several generations of emperors. Throughout the Han dynasty, 13 Han princesses, or noblewomen, were sent to marry the Han leaders. Many later criticized the Han for using women as tools of diplomacy, calling it disgraceful. However, this policy kept the northern border free from major wars for decades, giving the Han Empire precious time to recover, rebuild, and grow stronger. In the workplace, marketplace, battlefield, and arena, the wisdom of the ancients still shines, timeless and enduring. In 2021, the United States officially withdrew its troops from Afghanistan, bringing an end to a 20-year-long war on terror. The conflict had cost over $2 trillion and claimed the lives of around 2,400 American soldiers. only to conclude with the Taliban back in power. The Biden administration openly declared that the next decade will be defined by how we meet the China challenge, and swiftly expanded the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue (QUAD) with Japan, India, and Australia. From a strategic standpoint, abandoning Afghanistan enabled the U.S. redirect resources with greater strategic clarity. In 2016, Samsung faced a global crisis. The Galaxy Note7 began catching fire due to battery defects. The company responded swiftly, recalling over 2.5 million devices worldwide and destroying all remaining stock, incurring a $5.3 billion loss. But it worked. Consumer trust rebounded. Brand favorability rose by 18% after the recall. In 2017, Samsung's profits surged past Apple, proving that reputation is sometimes worth more than revenue. Between 1994 and 2009, China carried out the monumental resettlement plan for the Three Gorges project. 1.3 million people left their ancestral homes. 12 entire counties were relocated. Countless cultural relics now lie beneath the water. This was a profound sacrifice, but it built a crucial safety shield for the lower Yangtze River. During the massive 2020 floods, the dam helped avert over 300 billion yuan in economic losses. At the same time, it generates over 100 billion kilowatts of clean hydroelectric power annually, forming a cornerstone of China's low-carbon energy future. This is a classic strategy, trading local costs for national safety and long-term development. Sometimes, the smallest sacrifice buys the greatest reward. To retreat is sometimes the way to move forward. Warfare has no constant form, just as water holds no shape. The 36 stratagems epitomize millennia of Chinese wisdom. See you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.